National Park
En
in Teresta National Park in Sweden. Here we have small water peaks and small bridges and trees, of course, and birds and bears and different kinds of animals. And of course, me and Maria.
Yep.
Yeah, we are a part of this
Beautiful nature.
beautiful nature. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
It is beautiful. You can walk through the trees like that. This is the oldest urskog, old forest, hundreds, thousands of years ago. Small creeks, small peaks, running through the forest.
It's nice. You can turn there.
And stairs going up and going up. Stairs going, Maria going up. I'm going up. Mitochondria. I don't know why I think about mitochondria. Mitochondria is the factory making energy for our body. It's a string of DNA. Important part of energy that keeps us alive, that keeps the cell alive. And that energy is called ATP. Without ATP, we die in 10 seconds.
Okay.
So in the bloodstream,
Any kind of food, you mean?
any kind of food, yeah. The good food actually, it's capsulated energy. When an animal eat grass or eat another animal, the energy goes through the animal to the meat. And when we eat the meat, our body breaks it down into small particles and transporting it out to the cells, energy that we can use. And that energy is called ATP. And the mitochondria is the factory that make it. And the mitochondria works actually like this. Science now have discovered a lot about longevity, about a healthy life. And actually 80% of a healthy life is controllable. Only 20% is dependent on what kind of genes you have in your pocket when you are born. Well, when we talk about genes, we talk about genes itself, but now the science also discovered something called epigenome. Simplify this, the epigenome is a protein that controlling and acting with your genes, switch on and switch off. It's controlled and it's used through the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the factory of the cell that makes the cell live. Kan komma och grilla, det är okej. Ja, det är bara att sätta på och grilla. Always talking about that. But insulin seems like the problem child here. Controlling your insulin levels actually is very important when it comes to longevity and health. Why? Because insulin is a regulator as well as a transporter of energy. Insulin, just make a statement, abundance of insulin bringing energy to the cells is actually causing damage to your cells. And we have our genetic code, our program, like a computer program actually. The CD was or AM, there is actually people who use CD nowadays. It's like a blank surface with a program written on it, and you have like a laser that is reading this CD, and you can see the genes lead the program of your body in the same way. If you scratch the CD, of course some information is gone. I remember also there was a way to fix scratches on the CD. You can take some toothpaste and rub it on the CD. After doing that procedure, the CD works again. You can put it into the CD player and the CD makes the music play again, because the information is there. However, when we grow older, or depending on how we live, the CD gets scratched. And not long time ago, we didn't know how to fix these scratches. They were there. But now, science have really discovered a lot. And there is many ways to fix these scratches. Make the CD clear again so we can read the program and start playing the music, or start living the life that we want to live, a healthy life. One of the things that been discovered, metformin. The reason we know a lot about metformin is actually two reasons now, because of the pandemic. Because I believe that it was Joe Rogan or some of these YouTubers that find out that metformin is good to be very sick in pandemic and corona or COVID-19. But metformin have been used to treat diabetics for many years. The potential of metformin, not in just diabetics, because actually what metformin does is to keep the insulin levels down, so you won't get this damage on your cells. You won't get these scratches on your CD. We can be insulin resistant, or we can be insulin sensitive. That means that the cells are very sensitive to insulin, or they are resistant to insulin. And metformin takes the insulin level down, so it helps the cells to be sensitive to insulin. What does mitochondria do? Of course, makes amino acids and it makes fat. So you have many kind of functions. And I think I said it before, if we don't have the mitochondria, we are dead in 10 seconds. So if we don't have the mitochondria, the cell's gonna make suicide and die. This is another thing that I heard a long time ago about a woman who were found in the northern part of Norway. She was really cooled down. Her body temperature was about 2-3 degrees when they find her, so she was dead. However, the cells have just put themselves pause mode. Whew, now it's steamy here. which meant that when they took her into the hospitals and started to treat her, even though she had been dead or considered dead, the cells haven't decided yet whether they're going to be dead or alive. Now doctors, they're using this even when they do like heart transplantation or artery surgery. What have this to do when it comes about mitochondria? Nature works like that. Every cell in our body have the ability to decide if they're going to be alive or not. Decide of, there is no use for me, I can rather turn myself off and die. This is how our body works, isn't it? It's pretty amazing. So when it comes to energy then, of course if the cells is making energy, it provides the body with energy and we can stay alive. And the metformin is kind of an inhibitor that's slowing this process down. So that's how metformin works. It's controlling and it's telling the body or the cells how to work. So just a little bit of explanation how the cell looks like. We try to enlarge the cell. It looks like an egg. They have the inside and the outside of the cell. And then we have the membrane. The membrane is kind of two layers that's going around the cell. And many fascinating things is going on here inside the cell. For example, we have the outside and the inside, and we have this membrane. When it comes to energy, we need some kind of component. One of these components is protons. Protons going through the membrane inside the cell and start to make these reactions that creating energy. And this is so amazing. I mean, where does energy start? Of course, when we talk about anthropology, energy is constant. Just a matter of if you're moving, transforming, or if you do something with energy. But that means that the energy that goes into the body, out to the body again. And it's constant in the nature, and it's constant actually in the universe. One star is in the star, the sun. So when hydrogen and nitrogen is colliding together, they're creating energy. And these protons and these neutrons and all this material takes 8 minutes to come down here to Earth, and it goes into the nature, into flowers and into grass. A cow eat it up, the energy goes into your body if you eat the meat, and then the body takes care of the energy, is go into the cells. We have these protons flying through and start to spinning inside the cell, and then going out again from your body and go out to the universe, and we have this constant being of energy. It's always there, it's just moving through your body. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? And when it comes to this process inside the cell, you can look like it like a generator. So when the proton hits, it starts to spin. It's literally spinning like a small generator, around and around, and making energy. The energy comes from billions of kilometers away from here, hitting the earth, coming to your body, hitting your cells, starting this generator to spin, and then make energy for the cells and do what it has to do. The science today can measure it so well. They can even measure how fast this generator inside the cell is spinning, and it spins 1,000 times per second to make energy. What's happened then? When the generator starts to spin, it makes energy, and this energy is called ATP. ATP, who is very necessary for us humans. This is pure energy. But ATP is not like electric energy that we get when we have light. Electricity is chemical energy for our body. And now we go back to metformin again. Because what metformin does, simplified it, spin all this energy, this generator, not spin too much. It's kind of reducing the ability for the cells or the mitochondria to create this chemical energy. So that is a function of metformin. I'm sitting here and blah blah. My beautiful wife here is making some energy for me. How is it going, honey? What are you barbecuing?
Pork
Pork.
and
Fat is good, sugar is bad. If I have a slogan in my life, I could choose that. Fat is good, sugar is bad. Are we finished?
yeah, it's time to eat.
It's time.
And we're gonna eat mashed potato with look. This is yummy.
It looks yummy and it smells, the smell of barbecue, it's ooh, so good. I love it. I guess everybody knows that.
Ah.
Go.